moving on now to that interview we promised earlier. How can we empower citizens to foster accountability, especially in governance? How can we above all track the implementation of policies? To do justice to this topic is Garba Abdullahi. He's the FCT Project Tracking Officer of Budget. Thank you so much for being part of the program.
Thank you so much for having me once again.
Many thanks for being on Asa Morning. So Joy has just given us a lovely introduction of what we're talking about. But unfortunately, that seems to be something that's very, very elusive in Nigeria. Your organization has done quite a lot for the past couple of years. I know with 4 states, you've gotten to the whole 36, and you've tried to get citizen participation to know what's going on in the federal, in the state, and of course, in the local government. How successful has that been? Because if and I are talking to you, I don't even know what's happening in my state. I don't even know where to go get this information from. So what's the problem? We citizens don't care, or the informations are not out there for us to know that we can get this kind of information.
You see, let me start by saying this. Holistically, in the process of project implementations and budgeting as budgetary aspect, we tend to look at it as something that is sacred in the Nigerian system. That if our leader wants to come and implement a project, most time they don't come and tell the people that this is what we want to do for you. They will just sit down and just nominate a project that suits their own in either campaign processes or maybe their own promises to do in particular area. Okay, I don't know the state you come from.
I could tell you, Imo State.
Imo State. So, like in the case of Imo State, you have a governor and the local government and the House of Assembly there. So, most time, it depends on the project that you're doing. If you want to do a street light now, the House of Representatives, Federal House of Representatives can take that up to, even the Senate. Most time, this is one of their projects that they normally do.
Constituency project.
Constituency project that they normally do. That is not even worth it at times.
Yeah.
You want to go and do a constituency project of a street light for maybe one of the community in your local government, and that is not what they want in that local government.
Yeah.
So you feel that if you provide like 18 street lights for them, next year, maybe next time again, it's still going to provide another street light. But if these people need water, and you provide water for them, you are not going to provide water in the couple of years.
Yeah.
Unless they should be the one to maintain it and take care of that waters by themselves. And you see the process, projects that normally take times and maybe slow, maybe abandoned, is like constructions, like all these kind of physical projects, infrastructural projects. Like, let me just give another example. I come across a project in Abuja here, and it's a huge multi-million project, construction of an equipment of district hospitals in the various local government in Abuja here. One was supposed to be at Dede, and they now, because of there is not that space, they now take it to Shere under Borera Council. And since then, they've abandoned it, that project. Another one still in Amak here, Abuja Municipal Area Council. They were supposed to provide this same district hospital, very mighty general hospital. They still abandon it. It's at Utako here. Maybe if you just go to Utako community.
What used to cause this abandonment of projects? I mean, is it funds that no longer trickle in for the construction or the contractors rather? Or is it just people just get complacent?
As we are talking, the equipping of equipping and the provision of this district hospital at Utako fund was just released to them according to my own research on our government. I told you that, and we have government that budget have every allocation of projects fund that been released, disbursed for this project is being published there. A citizen can just go to the platform and just click on the state.
What did you call the platform again?
Gov spend.
G-O-V?
G-O-V, yes.
S-P-E-N-G.
Yes.
Okay, that's the website.
Yes.
Okay.
If you just go there, search about your local government, your state, then just click on maybe, there's a quick search on it. Maybe you just put your community name. The project that relates to that community name will just pop up.
Okay.
But it will be limited to that name.
Okay.
So the funds will be there. They just released a fund for this Utako hospital, and this same hospital has been abandoned for over 10 years. So you see, the process should be, it may be from the leadership or the systems who are in charge of those projects.
Let me get something straight. Maybe you didn't get my question right. Funds have been released. Yes. Contractors have indeed gotten their monies.
Yes.
So why are we not holding contractors accountable?
Because the citizens are not aware that this is what is going on. So now you are aware.
I don't like that narrative.
With the many anti-graft agencies we have in Nigeria.
Exactly, Abdullahi.
Why do we need citizens to now hold the contractors?
Because this is what is for them.
I agree. Now let me explain it further. You have explained, and yes, rightly so. Accountability should be a two-way thing. Accountability should be governance accounting for the public funds they're spending. And of course, as the citizens, they have a right to say, we want to know what you're doing with our funds.
Yes.
But we also know that we have procurement laws. And then procurement law says whatever contract, whether viable or not, because we have a lot of white elephant projects that are done, and then you wonder why they even did it in the first place.
Yes.
All the money they spent. A very good example will be, I don't know what they call it, the Millennium City or what, on your way to the airport. That's building
Centenary
City. At least that's the first one I can call. That project gulped a lot of money. I could imagine if they had turned it even to an estate, low-cost estate, it will have more impact on the citizens' lives in Abuja, you know. So the question I want to ask, and which is where Joy is going, is why would any government who is using government funds, who has a mandate to provide electricity, infrastructure, health for people, you give contracts to people and you don't supervise it? I know there was one time they started and said, okay, they will mobilize you, they'll give you 70% of, or they'll pay you in batches. I know when we do contracts in the office here.
Even still now, they still pay in batches.
So they pay in batches. So when you reach a certain percentage of completion, then we pay you for that. Then you reach a certain percentage of completion, we pay you for that. So when people reach a level of completion, and they get paid, why should government, how would I, Ifunanya, know that you have been paid? Let's assume Abdullah is the contractor. I don't know whether you've been paid, but I see an abandoned project. I go to the website you've told me to go and see, and I see that funds have been allocated, but I don't know whether the contractor has been paid or whether he has paid. And like Joy added,
in this
financial institutions, what are they doing?
In this point you just raised, the funds that has been disbursed is also being stated in the website.
Okay.
So you also know that the contractors' names, the companies' names, everything will be there. The funds, the amount of funds being disbursed, but the funds budgeted for it may have not been disbursed all
in totality. Yes.
Yes, just like you rightly said, it's been.
In phases.
Yes, phases, installments.
Installments, okay.
Yes. So if me and you knows that these funds has been paid because of this platform, there are millions of Nigerians who are not aware of it. Okay. It is still the same our duty for us to go and tell them to hold their leader accountable, because it is the voice of the masses that brought those people to the leadership.
Right. Yes.
Now, secondly, we budget work with ICPC and EFCC.
Yes.
If we come across this kind of project, we quickly alert the ICPC or the EFCC that this is what is going on. Okay. Maybe they are not aware because they cannot be aware of all what is going on.
Well, they should be. That's their mandate.
But if they are not pointed to certain departments,
I refuse to argue. every department, they should have investigative research.
Yes, of course.
So I believe that it's their job to also go on those sites and check, or go on other public sites or go through journals or things, and then know that yes, certain work.
Well, they're actually trying their best in that aspect.
Okay.
But you know, Nigeria is not a small country that you just sit down in one place and just be certain a lot of information will pop up on it. Yes. The system itself is going to be slow down in that aspect. So that is why we have this civil tech space to help them, assist them, give them all that
what
information.
What do you call it?
Civic tech space.
Okay.
So these are civil society organizations in technologies that help bring out about this information to the citizens.
Okay.
So budget is in that aspect. Budget is one of the #1 civic tech space in Africa too, that is trying to help this get information to the citizens in terms of making the project implementation fast, monitoring, executions, and the benefits. Sometimes we go as far as taking the impacts of the story. How has it impacted the community? what is the benefit to the community? Did the community like this project? Or did you just, they don't like it? Or maybe if this project, they are not satisfied with it, why? So the process now, that now leads to, okay, they don't like this project because they were not carried along, because that is not their priority. Their priority may be hospital or road, and you give them water. They have water already, so they don't need water. Or maybe they have hospital and they need water. You go and give them hospital. They have hospital already, so they will not appreciate it. So that is what we keep on telling the citizen: engage your representative. Ask questions.
It's funny you said that. Engage your representatives, ask questions. Where after elections, how many town hall meetings do these representatives organize? After elections, when letters of petitions are sent to representatives, how many get replies? After elections, do we still have this open door policy where citizens can easily approach? All you see is a fleet of vehicles move past you and you're like, oh yeah, that's my representative passing. But that seems to be it. So what better ways would you say, looking at the Nigerian political landscape, we can have citizens who can do more? What would you suggest for the citizens looking at you and saying, yes, you're right, let's engage our representatives?
If you don't have the knowledge of anything and you want to seek for that knowledge, you ask people around.
Right.
Even if you ask the wrong person, if the person did not know, the person may direct you to the person that knows that. So if we sit down and we don't know, we will not be able to know it. So if we ask the right question at the right time, we will get it. Okay, let's look at it. What we do, I normally go to a community to have a community town hall meeting with them independently from budget office as the head of project tracking officer in Abuja here. Okay, there was a community I went in Kwale local government, Ike Basa community, and I have a community town hall meeting with them. Their main cry was water. These people take water from dirty streams and they use it. Sometimes affect them, cholera, and a lot of sicknesses come up on that community. They even have a clash between the herdsmen and the because of the water. When the herdsmen use their cattle and they take their cattle to the river, and that's the same water that they have. The community engage them. Before you know, they have a fight and they kill some people die because of that. So we take this story and write to the Federal Minister of Water Resources. Just last week, Federal Minister of Water Resources responded and sent people down there. The reason why we did that is because we have the platform that will help these community people to do that. But if you look at them, maybe their local government chairman or their House of Representatives,
it's doing nothing.
They may not have access to them, or their aides in that world will not deliver their requests to their leaders. So in that, they may not be able to get what they want. So it is us now that will still take this responsibility. Hey, this is what you do. If you tell these people to go and do this water for you and they didn't do, come to budget or tracker. Tracker will help you amplify this your issues to get this for you. And that is what exactly we are doing.
Let's talk about another problem that also is part of the financial problems that Nigeria has, especially when you talk of contract execution and contract completion, is overinflated contracts. Yes. That is a very huge problem. That is where most corruption in Nigeria comes out from. For value of things that should cost 100 million, you will see 800 million, 500 million, trillions. This is off the it's on the record, but it's off the record. You have even public servants who work in government offices telling you that you pay up front before they give you some of those contracts to do. It's a fact that people know. And I know it because I have friends who are contractors. So they say, no, we're pursuing this job, but you have to pay. Before, the before was when you do the contract, then you bring their own percentage.
Yes.
But people stay getting wiser. So when they take their money, they don't come back. So now they will tell you, pay up front, take the contract, and then go execute. When you finish, you come back and we pay you. But we're not waiting for you to get paid. How can the Nigerian citizen help the government to fight corruption, especially under over-bloated or over-padded and multiple contracts. It's the same thing, like you said, they'll do street light this year. The next year they're doing the same street light. But the street light is there. We're expecting that you maybe maintain it. No, they want to do a fresh new project again, abandon. How do we get out of this quagmire?
Well, we still wants to let you, the citizen, know that it's not going to be easy because of the leadership system we have.
Okay.
But we cannot just sit down and say we will not do it. We have whistleblowers that if they come across these kind of things, although they may not have full information about the fund being disbursed. So that is why most time the people there don't normally used to engage well. Like we have a road construction in one ward in Kwalera Council. This road construction appear in 2022 constituency project. It still appear in 2023.
It will still appear in 2024.
2021 constituency project, and funds being disbursed for it like millions of funds. So they allocated for it like millions of funds. But the funds being disbursed for it was not up to that amount. So when I visited the community, I engaged them and I asked them, the roads is just, they just finished the road, they just put the upper quarter and said that is all.
They haven't even asphalted it well.
No.
Oh wow.
So and the community we are complaining that, you know, is a community, is a village. So they use more, they use bike more. They say some even say they've bought tire for their vehicle like 2-3 times because of the road. The storm burst their tire. They have accidents. They've taken patients to hospital because of the road. Now they just want the government or whoever is in charge of that project to come and complete this road, and they are not aware of the funds being allocated to that
yearly.
road. So we engage them and we ask them. Immediately they call the community people who was having the contractor this in contact, call and say this is what they hear. The contractor say we are coming to complete the project, but the fund has not been disbursed all for us. So if the fund has been disbursed all for them, and we were aware that this fund has been disbursed all for them, and they did not still do it, we will report this case to EFCC or ICPC. ICPC are also doing a very good job by going there and track this physical project and make sure that the people there benefited from the project. So if we engage the system by taking this representative from the public to the ICPC side, they will be able to do, and the corruptions there will be less.
Garba, you have a platform. It's easy for you to do. I mean, budget is in that 36 states, so it's easy for you to go and then track this project as part of your mandate of your office. Go see projects, go know how far they don't know this. The average Nigerian doesn't know this project, but they are the ones in dire need. This woman is rushing to the farm. She has a child crying on her back. She has another 2 hungry in her house. But her senator or her local government chairman is telling her that they're going to build wells or do boreholes or whatever. So, or the average Nigerian, like people like me, I'm rushing to my office on Monday. I want to go to work. I have so many things to do. I'm dealing with my children. You know, I'm dealing with life itself. How many Nigerians truly know that these services are available? In as much as you're putting it there, what kind of sensitization are you doing to let Nigerians know that, look, you need to wake up. You need to go to these places and then know what people are doing, what your leaders are doing with your public fund. So in terms of advocacy, how is it going for you as the FCT sole representative for the budget?
Well, I would say it's not easy. Like we have over 850 something community in Abuja here. Most of our target is to go to this marginalized community.
Okay.
To sensitize, just the way you say we have the platform, but they don't have it.
Yes.
To sensitize them on the amount and fund being disbursed for them in the community, or also take a community need assessment to their representative.
Okay.
They will tell them to use their own letterhead in their own community, write what you need, give it to us, we will go and submit it to your representative.
Okay.
So for that, the representative will not engage them because this is what the community need. It is not more as it is the representative that nominated this project for them now. It is the community that seek the request of this project, that this is what they want. Now, 2024 budget is coming up.
Right.
So what we are trying to do, our best that we are trying to do is to get need assessment from across Nigeria to their representative so that they can inflict it in their budgetary aspects.
Okay.
So
That's a huge job.
Yes, if we succeeded, or if by the grace of God we are going to succeed, because this is the process we have been doing, and we will still keep on pushing, telling the people, right, any community will visit, to say, write to your representative, who will be the one to submit it to you, write to them, who will be the one to submit it to you. Budget is taking that responsibility to deliver this tax for the community people.
Okay.
So if we do that, the people will be aware that this is, the majority of the masses will be aware that this is the right thing that we're supposed to do.
Okay.
Because the leader cannot come and tell them to write to them. The leader can only give them what they want to give them.
Exactly.
Like Kwali local government now, as of April allocations, we have 443 million. So Kwali local government have these allocations as of April this year, and people there don't know.
That's a lot of money,
Yes.
443 years. So people should know what is happening
Yes,
with it.
people there don't know what these funds are for. They will just sit down. If you go to the area council, you will see mainly the chairman is in the office, you will see crowd in the office. Most time the problem also come from the citizen too.
Okay.
They are begging for money.
Some of them will just go and hang around. They will not even allow the representative to work. So we say, I'm feeling headache, I need money. I want to go and do this, I need money. I want to go and you are distracting this person.
But isn't that our system? Isn't that how
It's
it has
because the
always
hospitals
been?
aren't working.
Exactly. Isn't that how Nigeria has kept its citizens, that we became?
Even somebody that wants to go and get married, you go and meet the representative.
Yes.
If
You
I
know
had a
why?
job-
Thank you. Joy has said it simpler. If I want to get married, the other day they were laughing here, but when we were reading the newspaper that Kano State had, organized some mass marriage for, and they were laughing, and I'm like, no, this is not a new story. It's
It's
old.
very important.
It was very new for them that day,
Fulani
and then
insisted
and
that
I
it
was
was
like,
a
no,
very
this is an old
important
story, and
initiative.
you and I know that this is not the first time Kano State is doing that. There's so
Yes,
many
yes.
states that mobilize mass weddings, 200, 300 people, they marry them. It's not a new thing, especially in the north. Now, the point is, if our leaders actually put those social amenities, those social infrastructure for people, they may not come and beg. If our leaders do and actually give people the dividends of democracy, why would anybody beg? Nigerians are very hardworking people. I know that as a fact. Nigerians are very resilient people. Nigerians are very proud people. That you'll even see a poor Nigerian and he's being big man for you with nothing. We're proud people naturally. So I feel that when you see an average Nigerian beg, he has been pushed to that point that he feels that, this government money, you go share them. And the only way we get our cult is when you do that 1,000 naira or 2,000 naira, 400 and something million for only April. So if we're using 400 as a yardstick per month, do you know how much is that? Kwali should be like a mini Dubai.
Exactly.
If you put it together like
Right,
that, yes.
it's true.
Now, so I want to bring your notice to one point again.
Okay,
you
please.
see, let's assume you want to come for councillor or chairman. They elected you your first time. Now, when they elected you the first time, you see like 200 people in your house every day.
Yes.
200 people in your house every day. What time will you have to go and do the work for them?
You allowed them to come in.
Okay.
So,
They're not breaking.
I like
it's not the
giving-
National Assembly gate they're pushing down. You allow it. Nigerians like praise singing too. We allow it.
So you
how
must-
many big men do you see that walk alone?
You must find something for those people.
Of course.
Now another issue is that if those people did not come, you will go and work. But if they come, you will not have time to work because majority of the funds will be given there. But sometimes
I cannot believe you are making excuses for this, because the truth is
Are you a
that
politician? Let's start
I'm not a
there.
politician, I'm
I
not a
know you're
politician.
not, but I wanted to. You're sounding like one.
Garba, I don't think there's an excuse for it.
No, I'm
Because
not giving an excuse.
You seem to
He's just
be-
giving the argument.
However, Garba, there is the issue of before elections. What did you promise these people? And that is why they are coming. Now, it's a very dicey place. If I tell them I want to do infrastructure and I have plans to do infrastructure, would I win the next elections? Because Nigerians will say he's stingy. I went to him, he didn't give me money. They've forgotten that your roads now work. You now have electricity and all
No,
of
I
that.
don't think so.
Let me just give you one example. Like
think people
our
would
senator now,
appreciate,
our
yeah.
present senate now, Mrs.
Kingibe.
I heard that she says she wants to mount or provide the constituency office in the CC local government, which is one of the key things that they need to do before. If she provides those constituency projects, people will not go to her house again.
They will
People
come to the
will go
office.
to the office and give their need assessment, and she should give an order. If anybody come, don't answer them unless a community issue that this is what we're going to submit.
Exactly.
We'll see the
My
next election.
idea-
But we're really running out of time.
Sorry, my idea of a constituency, whatever, it should be like a hall. Then your representative stands in front of a podium. And then people raise their hands and say, Funaya, I want to complain.
The town hall meeting.
Unfortunately,
It's
they are
different
not
from
doing that in
a-
Nigeria.
It's different.
It is we that were taking the responsibility of doing that for them. Because we gather people in the community, we ask them, everybody raise their hand, give their opinion of what they want. Some give their story of their sad experience, experience because of the hardship that they are. There was a community we went to, they don't have water. The children they lost somebody by 2 a.m. in the morning because there was no hospital. So a lot of these kind of things, we keep on getting this kind of sad story from the communities. And if sometimes their leader will be 4 years in Senate or House of
And he
Reps,
hasn't come there.
he hasn't come there even once. Even the 8 could not even go there. If they call them, they will be busy in your court. According to the community people that they give us feedback.
And we know that this is a regular story, but since we don't have enough time, so what will be your parting gift? Well, the question would be, how can Nigerian citizens get involved and hold their leaders accountable? You're the experts, you're working with budget it, and that's what you do. You put the information out there. So in a few seconds, just let Nigerians know. You go to this website, you call that website again, because I have even forgotten.
Gov.com.
GovSpend.
Govspend.
So you just tell us, and then what people can do to hold governments accountable.
So we have Tracker Mobile 2.0 at Play Store. If you just download this app, just use your names and register it. Then you see information about your community or
Tracker Mobile.
Yes.
Okay.
2.0, Tracker Mobile 2.0. This is an application in place of that website too. If you cannot go to the website, you can also go to the Tracker Mobile.
Okay.
Report a project, give a need assessment. If you write it, we are going to take it from that place and write a letter to submit on behalf of that community.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is what budget will do for you. Then the govspend.ng. This is a platform that amount being disbursed for a contractor is being stated there. If you go to this if a citizen goes to this platform, you will get this information for a particular project in your community. If you get this information, you can engage your representative and you have a smooth running implementation of a project in your community. Thank you so much, Mr. Garba Abdullahi, FCT Project Tracking Officer Budget. It's always very enlightening having you here. At least I personally am going to go and check for that website. Yes, it will be nice. What you do is commendable. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Good. Once again.